This is gonna, when I get called here, I'm gonna be screwed against like a pair. But I think that this hand still shoves a lot here. So we're gonna shove it. Although I don't appreciate you saying it was a waste of a year. LOL. Ten big blinds, jam pocket threes, seems standard. Shoving fours as well. Threes into ace 10. Gotta fade. Gotta fade. Got to. Got to. Oh, and we do. That's what we do. We run the best. Re-stealing ace king. Also making the call with ace 10 suited against ace 3. Flop good. Flop good. Could river badly though. Ooh, we river badly. We river badly. That's not nice. Ace king into ace king. We run the chop. Pocket fours into ace 8. Got to flip. Flip badly there. Which sucks, but it happens. I timed out of one game. And we busted that. I timed out of one game, meaning like what it sounds like. It sounds terrible. It is terrible. A game popped and I didn't see it. 1, 2, 3. So here I'm going to fold more. This isn't really going to be a part of how I fold, nor is it going to be a part of how I shove. And I'm going to shove with the range for sure. I limped the button here with pocket nines, and we got jammed on by ace king, which is fair. We hold there, which is good. Over here with the queen 7, where we flatted pre against the 2.5x, check flop, and then I bet the turn. Okay, just a reminder, we were sitting 500s, 1Ks, 200s, 100s, and we stopped sitting 50s just based on how much action is actually available at these limits. Internet janitor, some links under the stream aren't working today. Fuck. Thank you. I thought we were gonna catch a... So we had a bunch of chips in this one, and we jammed an ace with 10 bigs effective against one stack, and that's one stack is the one that woke up with ace king, unfortunately. And now that ace king stack has all the chips, but this format's got a lot of variance, so. Obviously, I'm calling against the small blind. It's just, I don't know if I should be calling against, like in that spot, like I crushed the small blind reshoving range, and then I'm not doing as well against the cold call. I don't know if my hand ends up netting out to being an overcall or not. It's hold here. There we go. I think 10-6 still has to go in. It's not like the part of the range that you're really jumping up and down to shove. You'd rather have a better hand, but I don't think it's part of the range that folds. Still alive to a 10 or a 6. Still alive to a 10 or a 6. Don't get there though. Running salty. I think that this is fine. Could spike. There we go. It's hold. Could be back in this game. There we go. It's a lot of chips. 8s. Looks pretty good. So I'll be calling this hand against the small blind jam, but folding against the button. Well, that could be a small mistake. It's possible. This hand's gonna be a tough one. I want to make a call here. This one was easy, Jack 10, so the Jack 8 holds there. Jack 10 into Queen 9. We suck out. Matters like which ones you suck out on too when you're playing these formats. You need to suck out on the ones where most of the chips are going in. You don't need to win like 6 of them in a row with like no chips. You need to win the ones that matter where all the chips go in the middle. So we have 9 deuce here because this player just limped in, I guess. I didn't even notice it. I didn't have an action. So I think he just had no chips at all. Pretty much. And we can't call here against this stack size. ICM. This is our bubble. Hoping to get called by worse here. Preferably worse that we dominate. So worse with a king or a jack in it. Have this be one of the important hands. Okay, it's worse. But it's not worse that we dominated. And looks like we're going to lose again. Oh! Oh! We get there. Yes, that's a big one for us. That's a big one. Here we go. Alright, we'll pass on this one. That was a big one. This player showing 4 bigs. I don't know if this is a call or fold, because this isn't really my format, to be honest, anymore. It used to be. But I think this is going to be okay. Gotta win a flip. It's a good start. There we go. Nice thing is that we can kind of run this session kind of careful, because there's so much action in the lower limit games right now. There's still no 500s or 1Ks that have popped. I'm still in them all. Just so you guys know. Here we go. Gotta fade that 7. And we do. Looks like this is gonna be the first one we cash. Let's hold. Gotta fade that king, that deuce, and those spades. Got a lot of outs to fade. There we go. Okay, we got 2 heads ups. Feeling better. Okay, gotta get there. Shoving here. Did get there. Let's hold. Boom! Get the first W. First W of the session. Let's hold. Good start. And we do it. Let's get this one. Okay, gotta get there. He's short though. Okay, that's a bad start. Nope, not this time. Obviously, winning the 200 is more important than winning the 100. So we jammed a6, got called by better, and got there. It's a pretty good hand for 6.5 bigs. Let's get called. Sad face. That would have been gross if he would have jammed. Wouldn't have known what to do. Probably call, but kind of hate life at the same time. This one's easy. We snap. This one's also easy. Okay, gotta get there. Fuck me. Got this one too. We are in serious operating table mode right at the moment. Got a good hand for the operating table though. Sad face. That's just the game. That's how this format is. Let's keep going. It's gonna keep checking. Okay, it's a pretty good one. For 4 big blinds. It's a pretty good one. Oh my gosh, but it's not good enough. What is that? What is that? Okay, we can get there. But we don't. Happens. Making check call here. I don't know if this is good or not. This might be, just might just be like a limp. Like it might be more profitable to do that. Might be. I don't know. Easy one. Kind of a gross one. I want to make the call though. There we go. Got another W. It's in 100, unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is. We're playing hundreds, so we're gonna win some of them. Better to win hundreds than lose hundreds, but it's better to win 200s than win hundreds. So, trying to do that as much as possible. Yeah, I think this is a hand that goes in. It's really annoying because, like, again, when you get it in here and he calls, you're dead. Like, he's gonna have the pairs. But you know, I'm the best. I run so good. I run so good that I don't know how to lose. I don't even know how to lose. All right, so let's see. I got some questions in here. Fred, what's going on, man? What percent of your bankroll would you suggest investing in one 6-max hyper? I mean, like 6-max hypers are almost like tournaments. Like you want like a multi-hundred buy-in bankroll, like a few hundred. But it's unlike tournaments. It's actually very easy to map the variance profile using Prime Dope. So my recommendation would be to go to Prime Dope. You're just dealing with 6-player tournaments and figure out what kind of variance is possible around what kind of win rate you assume. I would say that if you study the format a lot and you're really good and you play low to mid stakes, you can probably win for like 1% or like 0.5%, something like that. If you're like the best, then you can win for like 1.5 to 2. And keep in mind, like that might not sound like much, but there's a rake back component to this game that's very important in this format. And to put it in perspective, I did win pre-rake back in this format. I can't remember what I won. I probably won like I don't know if I won 50,000 or if I won 150,000. I don't remember. It's probably closer to 50 or 30 or something like that if I had to guess. But I don't know how much I won in this format. Anybody could check by going to Sharkscope and plugging it in because it's public. But I won like 700,000 or 600,000 or something like that from the VIP rakeback component. So, and there were some guys who were actually pre-rakeback losers, like Shablin Vlad, who couldn't beat the game. He was losing at like 0.5% or something. But after rakeback, he made like 1.5 million or something. He made more than me. So his strategy was just to play as, you know, like, was to play as much as possible and not play as well. And just grind that VIP program. And that was his strat. And it works. So there are different approaches. And Party Poker does have high enough rakeback incentives to make that doable on this site. So, all right, so we got some guy jamming 6 bigs. Oof, fuck me. I don't know if this is a call or not. This is a spot that I suck at. Josh would be like, it's a fold, bro. It's called King Queen. It's like, I don't know, man. I know King 10's not a call. I know King Queen is a call. I don't know what to do with this hand. Made a call with Ace Jack, I believe. Run out of chop. When I'm a dog, which is nice. It's nice to do that. I kind of feel like I should have fucking called with that King Jack, to be honest. But so we're heads up in this 200 over here, which is great. So 200, ace 9 into queen 3. Let's go. Sorry, I was getting a little quiet there, but... Ugh, brutal. Oh no, we won. Okay, fuck. I saw that. I didn't see the 9. I was paying attention to the 3. I was looking at the other hand down here. I misclicked here. I pressed check. I meant to hit raise, and I just misclicked and pressed check. He limped, and I checked back, basically, and I would never do that. So, he wouldn't be in this spot ordinarily. Session's going better now. I don't know if I'm winning or if I'm stuck. Feels like I'm winning, though. Yeah, feels like I'm winning. But, to be honest, I really don't know. This sucks if he jams. But he doesn't. It's a pretty good hand for him to have when I have 9-8. Fade that 6. Fade a bunch. There we go. Like what this guy's doing. I'm going to call though, unfortunately for this guy. Bubble and all. This guy's going to get a gift, but a lot of equity against the shoving range there. And we get to basically win the match when we make the call on our right. Although I've lost matches in this position, we win the match a lot. I should rephrase. We are up for the session I just checked. We are up 494 for those that care. I know a lot of you do. So that is the result. Fuck. That's the result. Plus 494. Plus 494 so far. Hey guys, BBZ here. I am pumped to tell you that we've got Ape Styles, aka John Van Fleet, joining the seminar roster. So he is going to be creating content for us 1 day a week, aka creating content for you guys 1 day a week. It's going to be high-level strategy. He's got the best tenure. He's a $3 million winner. It's difficult to put a number 2 face on it. He was a badass when I started playing the game. So, like I said, I couldn't be happier to have him creating content with us. You guys can check him out on the BBC Poker website if you're interested in joining those seminars. And now you can get back to your video. And then obviously we're free rolling this 100 win, and there will probably be there might be like a game or two that aren't counted yet that we lost. So we're probably up like a couple $100, and free rolling this, whatever happens in this result. So it's a good session though, so far. Which is nice because it started off salty. It started off a little salty. I'm gonna shove this for 5 big blinds. Hope to win. See bet the flop here. Gonna bet call. Turn gin. Oh yeah, heart rate monitor. Sure, we can get that shit going. I can tell you this much: my heart rate's probably 60. This thing's fucking cold right now. It's not folded straight, yeah. Beffer heard the story about who I am and stuff, and is wondering why I'm not more successful in something else. And I made a lot of bad decisions when I was younger. Alright, just not taking school super seriously was one of them. And that had an impact. And then it's a pretty good run out when you're fucking dead. Good to run the best. And then the other one is I'm not like a particularly tough person. I'm not like a weak person. I wouldn't describe myself that way either, but I'm not like a gangster or anything. But I don't want to say anything like getting my family in trouble, but I grew up around tougher people, and they didn't it just wasn't. It was just I grew up different, so not better, worse, whatever, just different. And I grew up thinking I was gonna there was a very high probability that I was gonna go to jail for a long time at some point. My mom was in and out of jail when I was growing up. My dad wasn't. My mom got remarried twice. The guy died once in a house fire. But you know, like no sob story or anything. It's not, because it's not. Like my story's fine. But, and obviously like the fucking ending's really good. But, yeah, when it comes to doing other shit, it was just like, I don't know, didn't happen. I didn't have status in the United States either. So I did community college for a little bit, and then they asked for papers, and I didn't have them, so I quit. I really wish I knew the answer to this. I really wish I was like willing to use charts and shit to make decisions, but I'm not, so. Ah, fuck. It's good we won. We do have a new video on BBZpoker.com, which is basically like a follow-up to the Introduction to Quantitative Strategies video. It's called Implementing Quantitative Strategies. So it's basically where I use those ideas to show you where you're probably overfolding flops, as well as show you where your opponents are likely overfolding flops, show you, you know, use some math to illustrate like how you should play a little bit differently, how you should think about things, show you some spots where people are likely getting irrational, and overall the video is probably my second best video in my opinion that I've made. Of course, it also, the amount of time that I have to put into it to get that as an output reflects that. But I think it's going to be a very good follow-up to the Introduction to Quantitative Strategies. I think the people who got that video will not be disappointed and will like it a lot. So if you like that video, if you like the Intro to Quantitative Strategies and you were looking for something like, how do I use these ideas, right? Because the intro to Quantitative Strategies was really heavy on ideas and light on execution. And this video is heavier on execution and lighter on ideas. Although there are a couple ideas in there. Some ideas that will help you structure your thought process to tie everything together so that you can play. I should just jam, I think, but whatever. I don't think it matters either, like tremendous, like some significant amount. MJot14, what up? I guess it's like a big deal, but I could just jam. I'm gonna fold this to a 4 big blind shove, basically. Gonna call this A6, 10-9. Hopefully we hold. It's a good start. Fade, it's not me. I know some people wish they could run like me. Brick, what's up, dude? How you doing? 1, 2, 3, 4. How about this? Do you wish you could sit out like me? Guys, there's a 7th table somewhere and I don't know where the fuck it is. Son of a bitch. 6 big blinds. Anybody know if I'm supposed to call with 9-7? Want to tell me? Fuck. Whew! Got him pinched. It's the best when you call with 9-7 and the guy happens to have 7-5. There we go. He's probably like, you fucking idiot, that's a fold. But I'm just like, yeah, dude, like, I'll be honest, like, probably, I don't know. Yeah, Beffer, like I didn't have like a roadmap that was like gonna get me to university. So like once I didn't have papers in the United States, right, like I was basically doing nothing. So I left and came to Canada. And when I got to Canada, I had no papers. So I spent 8 hours at the fucking border and I had to call my grandmother, who's Canadian. And she's like, yeah, he's Canadian. But like I didn't have anything to prove I was Canadian. So like they had no reason to let me in, but they're like, we're gonna send you back, and I'm like, you can't send me back because I don't have any papers there either. So, like, you don't have you can figure. I'll sit here with you guys for as long as you want, but you're not sending me back. I'm fucking Canadian. So you're gonna like this ends with you guys letting me in. So whatever you have to do to prove it, fucking prove it. And the problem was when I got to the border in Canada, coming up from the States, I took a bus. So, which is, you know, it's fine. And when I got up here with no papers, and I was like, you can't, like, I literally was like, where the fuck am I gonna go? You can't send me back, I'm Canadian, like, I'm coming in. And the problem was also, though, that, like, my name is Drummond. And I had a guy's credit card in my wallet, and his name was Mark Lattice. My name's not Mark, for those of you that are wondering. My dad didn't have cash to give me. Stepdad didn't have cash to give me. My mom had no money to give me. So they both gave me no money. But my dad's like, look, take my credit card, and if you need it for anything, like if you need to buy something, like you can use it, and then we'll cut it afterwards. And I was like, fine, thanks. So I had Mark Lattice's credit card in my wallet. They're like, who the fuck is Mark Lattice? And I was like, he's my dad. They're like, your name's Drummond. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's kind of complicated. They're like, so you have no ID to prove you're Drummond at all? And I'm like, no. And they're like, and you have Mark Lattice's credit card? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, and you think we're going to let you into this country? And I'm like, yes. But look where I am. So one of us was right, one of us was wrong. I'm good like that. See, these stories get my heart rate going. Poker doesn't. Like this game, like these spots it's not these spots. I don't give a fuck about these spots. It's just talking about life shit. Because, like, I'll be honest, waiting in that waiting room for 8 hours was, like, not cool. Shit sucked. It's good run out. Hopefully we're getting into the money here. Alright, so we jammed the queen 5 offsuit, got called by king 8, unfortunately. Did make that with the money down there though, which is nice. Okay, 9-7, queen deuce. I'm gonna complete here, although it's not really GTO approved. Definitely gonna make the call here if we get jammed on. That's a shitty river. Okay, we'll call this after these games that I'm in burn out. Got some good ones. Got some bullets. Pair, can't fold. Got a fade a king and a 6. That's a king. Sad face. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Let's start the unreg process. 9-8 will go in. I'm going to take notes on, like, you know, just to see how much. Let's go. 9. Sad face. Okay. I don't like losing. Like, getting heads up and then losing sucks. It's a good hand. King's good. King's good. How long ago was this story? So, this story is when I was coming to Canada, so I was like 19 probably. And I'm 32 now. I turned 32 on August 13th. So I haven't said that very often to very many people that I'm 32, so I'm going to fuck it up when people ask for a little bit. Still. Yeah, so that hand's close. What is that? Is that like 13 years ago? 12, 13 years ago? Something like that? It's been a while. Oh, this table looks just terrible. Sorry, guys. I didn't even pay attention. I'm just gonna re-steal here. We lose the ace-8, queen-9 race. Tens into kings, sucks. Hearts, we'll take hearts. No hearts, no hearts. Don't give up, you don't give up. Don't give up hope. All right, this will be the last game. I'm gonna shark scope and see if we are up or down. It was like an hour and a half, something like that. those are results for the session. We played 25 games. We won $1,540, and there'll be like, you know, whatever games are just finishing right now aren't in that score yet. So plus or minus whatever happens in this session, in this game rather, and then like minus like probably 1 or 2 games I might have busted. So we're probably up something like $1,400 or so for the session, and then free rolling. Well, not free rolling, but then plus or minus whatever happens in this game. But it's gonna have been a good session. Gonna jam the deuces here. I take it that you got the border control to phone your stepdad to confirm the credit card story. Yeah, they had to call a lot of people. The border called my grandmother, who's a deacon in the Anglican church, and they called the place that I was staying, which is my aunt. She said she'd come get me. She's like not really my aunt, but she's like a close family friend. She said she'd come pick me up. She said I wasn't lying. They called my dad, but the problem is that like they were calling these numbers. Where are they getting numbers from? Like I'm giving them the phone number. So I'm like, here's this guy's credit card number. Call the number. And they're like, this could be anybody's fucking number. I'm like, well, guess what? It's this guy's. And I don't know. Like I don't know what information they have in the back. I'm not smart like that. I don't work at fucking BPS. Like I don't know anything about it. So maybe like when they call, like they can see who they're calling and shit, because like they have the technology to do that. That would make sense. But this was also 10 years ago, which is like the dark ages for technology. And so I don't know what they could see, but like I'm giving them all the numbers. So I kind of felt like it was a long shot, and it was a very emotional experience for me. Like a bit stressful. I had my life in a backpack, and you know, I didn't feel like I was very convincing, right? Which is part of the problem. Like part of the problem is like my way my brain works is like I've always been like I always pay attention to the downside, right? And so it's difficult for me in the situation that I was in, because I was like, if I was you, I wouldn't let me, if I was them, I wouldn't let this dude into the country. Like, no shot. I'd be like, it's a cool story, bro. Like, get your ass out of here. And if they don't, thing is, if they don't let me in, like I was fucked, right? Like if they didn't let me in, I didn't have outs. Couldn't get a job in the United States. So, I mean, like that's kind of the whole burn your bridges thing. I have no idea if you sent a call. I don't know. It's been a long time since I looked this shit up. I'm gonna fold, but like this could be a really tragic fold. I don't think it is though, but I would definitely call with like hands that are better than that one. So, like he's jamming hands like the one that I just jammed. So like, but at the same time, obviously, like there's a bunch of ICM on me and shit. That's whatever. Obviously, like ace-5 suited's not some big fucking mistake. We're hoping for a 3 or an 8 though. Darn. So you guys saw the results. We won like I don't know, $1,500, $1,400, like $1,440, $1,300, something like that. So yeah, so that's the life stories. Today was not the stream I thought I was going to be, but it was fun. I had a good time. So thanks for listening. And we do have the new video on BBZPoker.com, the new implementing quantitative strategies video. For those of you looking for a follow-up for that video, the intro to quant strategies. For those of you looking for just the ability to improve your post-flop play, I hope that I did a good enough job to deal with that. And thanks very much, guys, for hanging out. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.